It's Harmony's World, the place where all things are possible. It's Harmony's World, where the adventures are always so wonderful. There's nothing that I can't do. There's nothing that you cannot do. In Harmony's World, when you believe it, you can do it. Nothing's impossible. In Harmony's World, come and join me now. Harmony's World.
Gospel 900 WGOK, a very pleasant good morning to you and welcome again to WGOK. I have a very exciting guest in studios with me on today. She's an author and her name is Melody Patterson. We pause to say good morning to you and welcome to WGOK.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being with us on today. Now, let me take my listeners back. I met Melody some years ago. I have a granddaughter by the name of Micah, and Micah would attend child care where Melody was one of the directors at the time. So I've known her for just that long. Well, she gave me a call a couple of weeks ago, and she told me that she had written a children's book. So I'm very excited about the book, and we invited Melody over to tell you a little bit about the book and a little bit about herself. So we're going to start with you this morning. Tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, so I'm Melody, of course. I am a new author. I think the best description I could give you of myself is that I am a visionary. I've worked with children for over 30 years in the early setting. So I've worked at child development centers. Initially, I started off teaching. I taught for 3 years. And after that, I ended up working in administrative capacity. So I was a director. I was the executive director. I was the one who had the responsibility of seeing to it that the children were educated properly. Initially, I started at Toddlers Academy, and from there, I left and I went to Lighthouse Academy of Excellence and Achievement. So the goal has always been for me to make sure that children received everything they needed that was developmentally appropriate. You know, our children, I feel that they need to be educated differently. You know, sometimes you may not be able to teach the alphabet if they need a hug, or, you know, you need to discuss with them what's causing them to feel a certain way. So I started off really, honestly, just needing a job at the age of 22. And here I am 30 plus years later, totally in love with this profession. So I'm very thankful to be able to do what I do with children and families after 30 years.
That is wonderful. So you are a native Mobilian?
Yes. I'm born in Houston, Texas, but I've been here since 3, so yes, I am.
All right. Well, let's talk about this vision about the book that you have written. Introduce the book to us.
Okay, so my book, the title of my book is The Smallest Pair. And it is a story of a little girl whose name is Harmony. Harmony wears glasses. She's 4 years old. Okay, so Harmony has just found out that she needs glasses. So mom has to take her to the eye doctor. And she meets the eye doctor and asks the pivotal question, is this going to hurt? Eye doctor says, of course not. I'm only looking at your eyes. So it chronicles my life as a kid with my first pair of glasses, and it goes through what all children experience. Parents, they are going to break the glasses. It's a part of the process. So just as I did as a child, Harmony did the exact same thing. She breaks her glasses, and you'll have to get the book to find out what happens towards the end.
Wow. So let me ask you, with the character in the book, her name is Harmony, with the idea of Harmony being told that you've got to wear glasses, does it make her feel some kind of way?
No, Harmony is a special kid. Like, she has like great self-esteem.
Okay.
Her finding out that she needed glasses, Harmony was excited.
Okay.
There are 2 pages in the book where you'll see her. She goes into the eye doctor's office, and she sees all of these glasses, and she becomes just like overwhelmingly excited because there's choice.
Okay.
So you'll see her navigate her course and being just excited. As a matter of fact, on another page, it shows her sleeping and she's smiling because she's happy. So this story is not that of a child that's reluctant. It is, impactful. And the goal is to empower, our children that it's okay to have glasses. It's just like anything else.
Indeed. And I do know that since the book have come to life, and I wish our listeners could see into the studios, because Melanie actually has Harmony in studios with us on today. The character is here, and she is beautiful in her glasses. So let me ask you this. I know you interact with students all the time. Tell us about your journey through the school system. You're able to go in, share your book, read the book, and take Harmony with you.
Yes, the journey has been more than I ever could have envisioned. Initially, my thought process was to create a book for children. I did not quite factor into the equation how children would gravitate to Harmony, how they literally would just fall in love with her. So I had a few people when I launched the book in August. I had a few people to reach out to me. Well, no, I'm sorry. Initially, I started a book campaign, and the goal was to give out 1,000 books to children.
Okay.
So the teachers just needed to contact me, schedule a day for me to come and read, and I would go out and read and give the children free books. Well, we wrapped that up middle of September, and that was like extremely successful. As I started to go out and read to the schools, the children just gravitated to Harmony. I took the puppet with me. We would read, we would sing, and they just loved her. It's just like they wanted to hug her. They wanted to give her a high five. And I thought, whoa, something special is happening here, because it became so much more than a reading. I had created a song that's called, it's entitled Harmony's World. I would play the song. People started sending me videos of their children singing the song, they're dancing to the song. And one parent was like, I'm so sick of this song. I'm sick of this girl. Every morning she wants to hear this song. So I felt the momentum getting greater and greater.
Right.
So I was able to read at several schools, but one of my favorite was Maryvale. And when I walked in, there was a little girl, and she was in a wheelchair, and she was not verbal. So when I walked in, I sat down and everything, and I walked over to her and I rubbed her arm and I said, "Good morning," and she just started to move her arms. And the teacher said to me, she said, "She's nonverbal." I said, "Oh, okay, it's fine." So I was just talking to the girl and interacting with her, and I let her hug Harmony, and you could see her eyes light up. And I thought, God, thank you. Because I did not anticipate what it would do to and for children. So everyone is excited about it. I'm just excited, but it's like almost overwhelming, but I was prepared for it. So I'm just so happy that everyone loves the story of this very resilient little girl.
This is wonderful. Now, let's let our listeners know. Oh, let me back up one second. I'm sorry. We know that Harmony, you're the author of a book. Let's talk about the coloring book.
Yes. So what I decided to do, I had the idea of the book.
Okay.
And if I'm to be honest, my husband said to me, it was his idea to do the coloring book. He said, "You could do that book, I'm telling you, but you need to do a coloring book." And I looked at him, and I've just learned over time that normally when he gives me a great idea, he's spot on. And he was spot on again. So what we did was we created the coloring book, and the coloring book is called The Big Day. It is the companion to the book. So all of the images you see in the book are in the coloring book, and they're jumbo, and that's what I love about it. They're huge, huge pictures so that kids could explore. And then we thought we didn't want to leave anybody out, so we had the book, we recreated it in Spanish.
Okay.
Because when I'm in schools, there is like I think that population is increasing, and I did not want to say that I could not have something for the Spanish-speaking students. So we did it in Spanish. We have the coloring book, and then we have the book. And in addition to that, it's Harmony's World, and that's what the children are really talking about. And Harmony's World is the umbrella that houses all of these other projects.
Okay.
We're working on a CD where I just received one of the songs for the CD this morning. And it's all child-friendly, child-appropriate music. We have a new form of music that we've created. It's just great content, and it's especially for children. I feel like I was able to dive into the brain of the child and see what they would like, and then recreate it and bottle it up, if you will, and package it and say, okay, this is especially for you. Been testing it as I've been out reading. The kids are loving it. The parents are excited about it. So I'm just excited about all things Harmony and Harmony's World.
And it's wonderful because, you spoke that you went back inside of your own world as a child when you were told you had to wear glasses, and you were able to bring about this creation. Have you thought about bringing other dolls to life, like Harmony has been brought to us in the form of a doll? Have people asked you, hey, can I purchase one of those?
Yes, they have. Thank you so much for asking that question. I have been asked a plethora of times about what's the next book, Melody? What are you doing next? Do you have a doll coming? Will you have barrettes? Will you have purses? Oh, I see shirts. So people, I think I started the interview stating that I was a visionary. What I didn't know was that everyone else is too. So there are people that are dreaming for me, that are envisioning things. And it's great ideas because, as I stated, I feel that it was my task to start the vision, and God is now taking it where he wants it to go. So definitely every time I hear a voice make a request, I make a note of that, because I do feel like one person speaks for the multitude. And when I hear it 2 or 3 times, I said, oh, I got it. So we're working on some surprises. We're getting close to Thanksgiving and Christmas. So be on the lookout for us. So you'll be seeing a lot of new and interesting things that are coming your way.
Wow, that is so wonderful. Now, if one wants to purchase a book, a coloring book, how do they go about doing that? Can they call you? Is there a place online that they can go?
Yes, we have 2 options. The coloring book, in addition to the Spanish edition, they can be purchased at Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes and Nobles. I do understand that there are certain people, like my mom and my relatives, that feel like I'm not doing all of that ordering. So I have books also.
Okay.
So what I've asked people to do, they can contact me at my email is harmoniesworld22@gmail.com, or they've even been contacting me. So I can be reached at 251-490-9782. And I've just been making special trips. My grandmother's friends have reached out and said, bring me a book, girl. So, you just can't say no to that.
That's right.
So I've become a mobile book salesman, because when family and friends, and certain people maybe, don't drive anymore.
Right.
People that have known me all my life, I would not dare say no to them. So I've been making house calls and just doing whatever we need to do to get it done. So it's available online at all of the normal platforms, or I can be reached, and I'll do my best to do what I can to get you a book. As it relates to reading, the same information is applicable. I can be emailed there again at harmoniesworld22@gmail.com.
That's awesome. This book is awesome. The coloring book is awesome. And let me say this, it's just not for the classroom or at home. If you have church school, if you have small kids in church school, if you have a children's church, this is a great teaching tool for our kids. They can be used on any platform. So we encourage you to reach out to Melody and, of course, get the book and share it with the kids. Do so. Thank you so very much for your time on today. We're so happy and proud for you.
Thank you so much.
All right. And stay in touch with us so we can keep our audience in touch with your next steps that you take.
I will. Thank you so much.
All right. You're tuned in to Gospel 900 WGOK. Stay with us because we've got more great music in store from your station, WGOK.